Here's your club was warm, the whiskey was cheap. I sang of love's betrayals and secrets that they keep. Just another Friday, making my way through. Didn't know the storm outside was coming straight for you. The message on my phone, a flood of ice and fear. My basement apartment, everything I held dear, swallowed by the water, a dirty, hungry grave. Just a girl in a thin dress that the cold couldn't save. And I stood in the wreckage under the pouring rain, a final sob of surrender, a universe of pain. Then a long black car, a whisper on the street, and you stepped out of the darkness, my bitter silent treat. You didn't say a word, just held that black umbrella high, but your eyes held a story beneath that stormy sky. You offered me your hand, a lifeline in the night, and I stepped out of the darkness into your blinding light. You gave me a kingdom built of glass and stone, a gilded cage to call my own. You dressed me in silk and you gave me a key, but you never ever gave yourself to me. And all I had to fight you was the silence and the song. Didn't know I'd been writing our love story all along. The days were full of echoes in rooms so grand and wide, a ghost in your palace with nowhere left to hide. You moved like a phantom, a man of cold routine, the most beautiful mystery I had ever seen. I tried to find a purpose, tried to find a place, but only saw a stranger in my own reflected face. So I walked to the piano, that sleeping giant there, and poured out all my sorrow into the silent air. I sang about the water, I sang about the loss, I sang about the kindness and the lonely, bitter cost. You stood there in the doorway, your armor full of cracks. You finally saw the real me, there was no turning back. The azure club was warm, the whiskey was cheap. I sang of love's betrayals and secrets that they keep. Just another Friday, making my way through. Didn't know the storm outside was coming straight for you. The message on my phone, a flood of ice and fear. My basement apartment, everything I held dear, swallowed by the water, a dirty, hungry grave. Just a girl in a thin dress that the cold couldn't save. And I stood in the wreckage under the pouring rain, final sob of surrender, a universe of pain. Then a long black car, a whisper on the street, and you stepped out of the darkness, my bitter silent tree. You didn't say a word, just held that black umbrella high, but your eyes held a story beneath that stormy sky. You offered me your hand, a lifeline in the night, and I stepped out of the darkness into your blinding light. You gave me a kingdom built of glass and stone, a gilded cage to call my own. You dressed me in silk and you gave me a key, but you never ever gave yourself to me. And all I had to fight you was the silence and the song. Didn't know I'd been writing our love story all along. The days were full of echoes in rooms so grand and wide, a ghost in your palace with nowhere left to hide. You moved like a phantom, a man of cold routine, the most beautiful mystery ever seen. I tried to find a purpose, tried to find a place, but only saw a stranger in my own reflected face. So I walked to the piano, that sleeping giant there, and poured out all my sorrow into the silent air. I sang about the water, I sang about the loss, I sang about the kindness and the lonely bitter cost. You stood there in the doorway, your armor full of cracks. You finally saw the real me, there was no turning back. You gave me a kingdom built of glass and stone, a gilded cage to call my own. You dressed me in silk and you gave me a key, but you never ever gave yourself to me. And all I had to fight you was the silence and the song. Didn't know I'd been writing our love story all along. And then I found it, a piece of paper on your desk. The Honorable Judge Connor Martinez, the Iron Judge, the man who judged the world, was the one who held me in the dark, in the betrayal. It wasn't that you were a judge, it was that you didn't trust me. You thought I was just a secret, a sanctuary, a pretty bird to sing in your cage while your real life happened somewhere else. How could I love a man I didn't even know? So I packed up my ghost and I walked to the door, 'cause love can't be built on a lie anymore. I chose my own freedom, I chose my own pride, with nothing but the aching truth left inside. I went back to the stage, back to the whiskey and the crowd, and I sang a new song, I sang your name out loud. I sang about a savior with secrets in his eyes, beneath 1,000 city lights and 1,000,000 through the whispers. You walked right through my pain. And you asked me to come home again. Yeah, you asked me, my love.